everyone. I'm here in my kitchen in Denver, and I'm excited to share that as of yesterday, I have officially completed my first semester of grad school. So I've stacked together all the books that I read this semester. Isn't that crazy that I actually read all these and wrote lots of papers and took lots of exams and had lots of group projects? And it was a really hard semester because I haven't been in school in a while, but it was actually really great because I really enjoyed learning all the things that I learned, and it just makes me more excited for the rest of the program. Denver Seminary has a wonderful counseling program, and I just feel like God is so cool to bring me there because I really only applied there. They do a great job of integrating the psychological aspects of counseling with the spiritual aspects, which I really appreciate. I went to Zambia in April. We went for just a little over a week, and we sent a team of 13 volunteers from a church that we partner with in Virginia, and they went to go build a playground for our kids there. So as you can see, this playground was huge, and they spent so much time day and night throughout that week just digging holes, pouring concrete, mixing concrete by hand, and I'm just really amazed at how God just brings people to be a part of this ministry, and now these children are so thrilled with this new playground. And I'm sure the mamas are really happy too to just have something for the children to play on and use up all their energy so they're not as crazy at home. So if you don't know, we have a baby's home in Zambia. We call it Bethel Home. And Bethel Home rescues abandoned or orphaned babies and toddlers from 0 up to 5 years of age. And really, it's kind of a temporary holding place. So we have mamas there who are caring for these babies 24 hours around the clock. And these babies have 3 options when they come to Bethel. They can either be reunified with their existing family members, who our team works with social welfare and the government to help locate different relatives and do all the assessments necessary to see if that family or relative is capable of taking care of the child. And if so, they'll be reunified with them. The second option, which I think is really cool, is that there are Zambian families that are wanting to adopt now, which I think is a new movement happening in Zambia, which is exciting. So the children in our Bethel home could be adopted by Zambian families. And then the last option, if the child is not reunified or adopted by the age of 5, they'll move into one of our family homes that we have, which is just, the heart of our ministry. Every Orphan's Hope builds new families by placing one widow in charge of 8 orphans, and they form a new family. The mama becomes mama to all the siblings. And so earlier this year, we had 4 children from Bethel move over to our family homes. So when we went in April, they had just moved like a few weeks ago, and it was just really sweet to see these children be welcomed in by the older kids who had been in their shoes just a few years ago. And I talked to some of the older kids, and they were like, yeah, when I see these kids, I just think of me. And I remember feeling like, kind of shy and scared, and like, this feels strange to be in a new home and call this woman mama, but over time I got used to it, and now I love them just like my own family. And I just thank God that He's given me extra family. And so because they know what it feels like to be in those children's shoes, they have been extra welcoming to these kids. But one thing that was kind of hard for me to see this time was, a lot of these children have come from hard backgrounds, neglect, abuse, just trauma. And they're only like 4, 5, 6 years old now. And watching them play with the children was really exciting, but then sometimes some of them would act out and hit the other kids, bully the other kids, talk back, all these things. And to watch our mamas just love these kids and care for them where they're at was really humbling, because that's exactly what these children need. They're, acting out from the pain that they have inside that they don't yet know how to express. And these mamas, God has given them wisdom to know how to parent well, and they just know these children just need love and patience, and to know that they're not going anywhere no matter how bad they are. And I just feel like that's such a beautiful picture of how God sees us. We are mad at Him, we do things that He tells us not to do, we frustrate Him, all these things that you would do to frustrate a parent by disobeying them, and yet time and time again, He just extends grace and love and forgiveness and patience. So it's just really such an honor for me to be a part of this ministry, and I want to thank you for being a part of this ministry. Earlier this month, I went to the Christian Alliance for Orphans Summit in Louisville, Kentucky. This is an annual conference that our ministry goes to for all organizations working with adoption, foster care, or global orphan care all around the world, and or adoptees, adoptive parents, foster parents, children who've grown up in the foster care system. Anyone involved in this world can come together, and it's just a nice week of encouragement. But there was this one lady that came and spoke about play therapy and trauma, and so she was explaining a lot of what happens to children when they're traumatized and how their brains are just wired differently. And I was sitting there in this workshop watching and listening, and it was so encouraging because a lot of the concepts she was referencing are things that I've learned in school. And so I was tracking with her, understanding what she was saying, and my heart just started burning, like I don't really know if I want to work with children in the future or what, but my heart and motivation for coming to grad school to study counseling was our children in Zambia who have been traumatized because they're orphaned, So just getting a chance to learn from someone who's been doing this work for over 20 years was super encouraging for me, and also a little bit scary because I'm like, what does that mean, God? Does that mean I'm going to work with, similar populations? But I'm one semester in, so we'll see. But that's just kind of my heart is I'd love to learn more about how to bring hope and healing to children and adults who've come from difficult pasts. So pray for me. I will not be taking classes this summer. I will be taking a break and just enjoying life here in Denver. I haven't really had a chance to get too connected to a church. I've made great friends through my roommates and the friends that I had in Dallas and through school. But I would love to just build more community here, and so that's what this summer will be about. I'll be traveling for some weddings and fun trips, so that's exciting. But this program, they say, takes around 3 years, so it's a long road ahead, and I just am grateful for your prayers and your support. Without you, I could not be getting all this equipping for me to hopefully use with the ministry of Every Orphan's Hope and or just those around me who need help. As always, please let me know how I can be praying for you and your family. Thanks.